We're doing a 24-hour reading vlog in today's video, and we're just going to be doing it over a few days. I love 24-hour reading vlogs because I always read so much, so make sure you subscribe because there's new videos every single day for the entire month of October, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Welcome to another 24-hour reading vlog. We are doing pretty well with this. I do most of my reading in the morning because literally I work throughout the day and can't really read very much. So I have already read 6 hours and 18 minutes, which is great. I have taken a little break because obviously I'm working throughout the day and can't really hop into reading, but I want to show you guys what I'm reading, and then we will get into reading a little bit more later tonight. But right now I'm reading The Elder Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris, which is actually going to be turned into, or is a show right now, so I'm excited to watch the show. I don't know how I feel about the book. I'm 238 pages in, so pretty far into it. It reminds me of Black Buck. And I can't even really explain what that book is about if you haven't read it, but if you've seen the show or movie Get Out, it is giving that vibe, but it's taken a while to really get into the nitty-gritty of the book. And so I don't know, I feel like there definitely isn't enough dialogue for me. It's mostly just the main character's thoughts. So granted, I still have a good ways to go in this book, but I'm not obsessed with it. I don't hate it, but I feel like maybe it would be a better show. I'm also still reading Restore Me. I'm not super far into it. I'm on page 144. I don't know what it is about this book that's taking me a long time to get through, but it is. But I'm not honestly mad about it. I always read 3 to 4 books at a time, and I feel like this is just one that I come back to whenever I have a little bit more time to dedicate to reading. Mostly I think it's because the book is so thick and it's also really tall. I'm also reading Where We Found Our Passion by Natasha Bishop, who is such an incredible author, and I'm really loving her writing as usual. I read Only for the Week and loved it, but I've been reading this almost 100% on my Kindle Scribe, and so I'm going to show you guys what page I'm on because I don't even know what page I'm on in this book. I'm on page 236, and let's see, out of 346. So I have 100 pages to go roughly, and it says that I am 68% through this book. So we're doing pretty well. I'm gonna try to finish this little reading vlog, or 24-hour reading vlog, within 2 days if I can, maybe 3. I don't really want it to go into 3 because I want to get this video up for you guys, and I am really sad that Booktober is going to be over soon, but I'm also excited to get into longer videos because I feel a lot of the time I can only film a reading vlog for a day or 2 before it goes up because obviously I'm sharing videos every single day. So I'm really excited to get back to what I read in a week and things like that are a little bit longer. So yeah, this is what I'm reading so far. We're gonna hop into a little bit more reading, but I do have a little package that I want to open with you guys. If you can't tell, I've started trying to put together the bookshelf behind me. That little box right there is literally the bookshelf, but I have a book that just came in. I think it's a specific book that I've been waiting for a while, but I just don't even remember. I also have some packages sitting outside in the mail. They wrapped this up. There isn't one spot that's even open for me to really pull this, which it would be a great time for me to have a box cutter. One of you guys actually made a little joke and you said at this point I really just need to get a box cutter that has a chain on it so I can wear it around my neck, and honestly that's not a bad idea because I cannot for the life of me keep up with my box cutters. I will buy one and then it'll be gone, and then I'll buy another one and it'll be gone. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. So this is a book that you guys have been telling me is good, and I want to read this book when I read the genres that are out of my comfort zone, but I wanted to wait to film that video until I got this book. And it is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is a fantasy, which is way, way, way outside of my normal comfort zone. Like, I never read fantasy. So I'm really excited for this. This is literally taped. Oh my gosh, this is wild. Like, what do they think, that someone's gonna steal the book? I mean, maybe they would. Like, honestly, I don't know anything about shipping books. But I'm so excited for this book because I've heard nothing but great things about it. On the back it says, only the extraordinary belong in the kingdom of Ilia. The elites have possessed powers for decades, gifted to them by the plague, while those born ordinary are just that, banished from the kingdom of Ilia and shunned from society. No one knows this better than Peyton Gray, an ordinary posing as a psychic to blend in with the elites. When she unexpectedly saves one of Ilia's princes, Kai Azur, she's thrown into the purging trials, a brutal competition showcasing the elite's powers. If the trials and the opponents within them don't kill her, and the prince she's fighting feelings for will, if she discovers what Peyton is, completely ordinary. Be swept away by the first in the epic and sizzling fantasy romance trilogy taking the world by storm. Now, this is like all over TikTok, which is really what like made me buy it. But like, look at this. Isn't that such a pretty cover? So I feel like this will be a good book to read. It literally starts out by saying, thick, hot liquid runs down my arm. Blood. Funny, I don't remember the guard nicking me with his sword before my fist connected with his face. Despite being a flash, he apparently couldn't manage to move faster than my right hook could to his jaw. The smell of soot stings my nose, forcing me to clamp a grimy hand over it to stop a sneeze from slipping out. That would be a very pathetic way to get caught. And that's where I'm gonna leave it, but like it jumps right in. Also, the words look really easy to read. It's very floppy. If you guys are a big like word person, this is how the words look. Looks very, very easy to read, and I just am really excited to read this. So yeah, anyway, I will be doing a video soon reading fantasy, which you guys know is way out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it because you guys have encouraged me to try reading romantasy, which I've never done before. So anyway, let's head out, do a little bit of reading, and enjoy the day.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever, so I can hold you in my arms. I will carry you on my shoulders as long as I'm able. Scare the monsters under your bed. Deep in the abiding, liking for you is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
I want to give you guys a little update on what I've read so far. We have read 16 hours so far, so I feel like this is a good little time to like jump in and do like a kind of mini wrap up. It's about to start raining and I want to go outside to read for a little bit. So this might be like a little quick, but I finished The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dahlia Harris. This book I rated 3 stars. I cannot stop thinking about the ending, and I feel like I would have rated it lower if I only read the first half. And I actually was looking at reviews and a lot of people stopped reading this book fairly early, and I totally understand because I feel like the first half was like kind of took a while to get into, but the last half couldn't put it down. Absolutely so good. And I feel like if you can get through like the first chunk and you start getting into like the faster paced part of the book, it's totally worth it. But I'd say I give it 3 stars because I think the overall reading experience just in general it took a while to like get into. I also finished Where We Found Our Passion by Natasha Bishop, and I've been on like a kick of just like really reading a lot of like books by indie authors or black authors, and I'm just loving it. This is actually the 3rd book in this series, and I kind of wish I had read the first one first, but I think it's totally fine I read the 3rd. I saw this on TikTok and someone said they'd only read the 3rd, but it was so good. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't had a recommendation from any of the other books, and I like definitely feel like you should start with the first one in this series. I feel like it'll be just as good. The ratings on Goodreads, there's only like 600 ratings per book, and for all like 3 of them. But the first book, second book, and third book all have like over 4-star ratings, and I rated this 4 stars. Like, so freaking good. Friends to lovers story, literally gives cinnamon roll. He's like the softest, sweetest man, but also he gives like alpha male vibes. So it was like everything I needed and more. And he's like been in love with her since he was 12, which was really sweet. I also am reading The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. One of you guys actually let me know on Instagram. You said that between, I think it's September 15th through October 15th, it is like National Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm pretty sure. And I definitely wanted to like read a book during like the time so that I could like recommend some to you, but also because I think it's so important to like celebrate so many different cultures. So I picked up this book by Mia Sosa. So freaking good. So freaking good. I've literally found myself laughing about it. And actually on the back it says, from Cosmo, it says a master of the modern romance novel. So freaking good. Like, so cute. I am really loving it. I think I'm on, I'm on page 260 and chapter 24. So I'm like fairly into that. And I feel like after 100 pages, I knew like this is gonna be like such a good book. I also am reading Untouchable by Sean. So I'm only reading, not only, but I'm reading 3 books right now. And the 3 books I'm reading are Wedding Crashers, also reading Untouchable by Sean. I finished like 70 pages. Yeah, I'm on page 71 and I just started this morning. I kid you not. Like, I've read this so fast. It is really good. It's super cute. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna rate it necessarily because I'm not like super far into it, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's an interesting story because the guy is obsessed and like in love with the girl, but like she has her guard up, and you actually find out in the first page of this book that she like dated a guy for 4 years, and the guy like literally gets married and doesn't even tell her. He just like gets married and posts on Instagram that he's married, and she's like, huh? Like, that's my boyfriend of 4 years. Come to find out she was the other woman and didn't even know. So this whole book is her like putting her walls up, and her best friend, he's been with like her best friend for years. He's like been in love with her, and he told her that he's in love with her, and they have like a friends with benefits situation, but he like wants more. She doesn't want more. He's been vocal about how he feels, which I love, because I feel like I would hate this book if the whole time he's like pining over her and didn't tell her how he felt. But like from the jump, like the very beginning of the book, you know he's already told her that he's in love with her. And the beginning of the book, actually, the author wrote that the main character will probably annoy you. And I don't think she annoys me, because I think I recognize why she like doesn't want to hop into something, because her trust has been broken. So she like has these rules for like things she can and can't do with guys. Like, she won't kiss them. Like, it is really good so far. And this one only has like a few ratings on Goodreads as well. So very, very good so far. I'll give you a full rating once I'm done. And then on my Kindle Scribe, I actually switched to reading Restore Me on here, because I was reading it in the like actual paper, like paperback physical book, and I just was having a hard time getting through it. Immediately picked it up on Kindle after I finished Where We Found Our Passion. I think that I'm gonna be a Kindle girly who can only read one Kindle book at a time on my Kindle, because I feel like I get stressed out otherwise. Like, I just need to like pick one and only read that one instead of like multiple. But I started reading on the Kindle, and it was so much easier. I think it's because it's so thick, and it doesn't have like a super like bendy, like, it's not a super bendy book, so it's hard to like, I don't know, sit it down and read it, but also when you're sitting up, it's not like opening very well, and this has made it so much easier to read. One thing you guys told me when I got my Kindle Scribe was that I'm gonna read more like and read faster with my Kindle Scribe, and you're actually right. I've been just freaking breezing through books on my Kindle Scribe, so I love that. So those are the 3 books I've been reading. I've been reading Restore Me for a while, but I just switched to it on a Kindle this morning, and it has made a huge difference. So I'm on page 158 on that now. Hoping to finish that, but we'll see if I get through it or not. It's a thick book, but I want to finish it by the end of the month, because like I don't want to read it like that long. Just thick books, they are intimidating for a reason, because they take so long to get through, especially when they're like thick and tall, and that's a tall book. But I'm gonna go outside and read for a little bit. It is rainy, but you know what? We're gonna romanticize the rain, because I think that as fall comes near, it's easy to be like, you know what? Let's not go outside. It's chilly or it's rainy or whatever, but I want to enjoy all the things. So we're gonna go outside and enjoy the rain.
fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now, I just miss you.
It's raining outside, which I think is the perfect time to go to like a coffee shop or something to like, I don't know, read. And I kind of want to read outside, but it's literally pouring rain, so I don't know, like, oh, I want to like go and like sit on a dock. I guess I could go sit on ours like I did yesterday, but then again, I'm like, do I want to do that? I don't know. Anyway, I am at a pretty good like amount. I still have 4 hours left of reading, and I'm gonna try to finish this today so that I can get this up for you guys tomorrow. But we have 4 hours left, and I still am reading Restore Me. I haven't gotten super far into it, and I don't know what it is. Like, so many people love this book. I'm on page 158 out of like 478, so I could probably finish this in the 4 hours, but part of me is wanting to read Sister Frida. Like, I have so many books on Frida McFadden's backlist that I've been like wanting to read, and I went to the bookstore with Alex yesterday, which that vlog is already up, so you guys have already seen it, but I realized how many books I have of hers and how much I love her writing as we were like talking about it. So now I'm like, I kinda wanna read one of her books. I have The Inmate. I also have Do Not Disturb. I also have The Locked Door, which I think Alex and I are gonna read this together, so I don't wanna read this one just yet. And then I have The Coworker. So part of me, and you guys know I'm a huge mood reader, so I'm like, do I stick with like what I'm in the mood for, which I feel like is like a thriller because it's raining, it's cozy, it's chilly, or do I like finish this book that I've been reading? And I've been wanting to finish this because I have been reading it for most of the month, and it's good. Like, it's not that it's not good, but it definitely has like a little bit more spice than I think I would normally read. And this is what I figured out about me and like books with spice. I read books with spice, but like they have to be like not the entire book. Like, if there's a spicy section, I want it to be like a page or maybe like 2 pages, but like that's pretty much max. Like, I don't want to have like the spice scene be like 6 pages, 10 pages, you know what I mean? Or like a whole chapter, like that's just too much. So yeah, anyway, I have to decide, but I'm gonna decide probably when I get to the coffee shop, like what I want to actually read. I did end up finish the, wow, I literally can't even talk. I ended up finishing The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa, and I ended up finishing Untouchable by Sean. I rated this 3 out of 5 stars, I think. Make sure you're following me on Goodreads because I actually update all of these books in real time so that you guys don't have to like wait. I know that some booktubers will like wait until the end of the video, but like it's really not that serious. And honestly, I don't want to like have to put in a bunch of books like when I'm finished with something. Like, I would have to put in so many books at one time, and that would be like stressful to me. So yeah, I ended up rating this 3 out of 5 stars. Really liked it. It was super cute. I feel like I'll definitely read more books from her. I think the only thing that was kind of like my hang up with this book was that the miscommunication was like a super long part of the book, and for me, like, that's not my favorite trope. I'm fine with it. It doesn't like make me mad or anything, but like sometimes I'm just like, just talk to each other. Like, you guys are grown, just talk to each other. So yeah, this isn't, this was a book that I enjoyed, but I think the miscommunication part made it like a little bit lower. And I thought about making the rating like 3.5, but I was like, no, like 3 is good. Also, I can see myself kind of forgetting like the characters and their names and stuff, but the like scenes in this book were really interesting. Like, there were so many scenes. It was a fake dating trope, and the characters were pretending to date for her family because she had some family coming in town, and his boss and like co-workers, he was like fake dating to make it look like he was like a family man type thing because he's going for a promotion. And there were many times they almost were like found out, so like that was kind of like good because I was like waiting, like, you know, like, ooh, like keep it a secret. So that part was like really intriguing me. This book, 4 out of 5 stars. I love this author's writing. I really, really enjoy the premise of this story. It's about a guy who's been in love with, her name's Tallulah. His name's Pierre. And that's also another sign. Like, if I remember the characters' names, like, I probably really like the book and I'll probably remember it. And so that's definitely a telltale sign that it's like a 4-star read for me. But she, like, you find out at the beginning of the book, literally, like, very beginning, that she ends up, like, getting dumped in, like, a really bad way. So she, like, ends up having a lot of, like, trauma and, like, doesn't want to trust people, which is, I mean, makes sense. But Pierre, he's been, like, in love with her. And it says it on the back. He's been in love with her since he was, like, 12. So he sets up this like friends with benefits type situation because she doesn't want anything more, and she has all these rules for like what she will and won't do with like guys. She's dating other guys as well. Like, she's going on dates, not like, she's not dating Pierre. And what I loved about that is like, it's so real, because I feel like so often you don't read about women who are like not tied down to one person. They're like dating multiple people. And so like he gets jealous whenever she's like going on dates and stuff. And she like doesn't want to come to terms with like her feelings and stuff. He was in love with her since 10 years old, not 12. I messed it up. It literally says on the back of the book, but the whole book was so good. I think it would have even been higher rated if the ending had sped up a little bit. And also the very, very end, like the epilogue, was kind of a jump scare for me. So those are the only things that like made it 4 versus like a 4.5 or something, but it definitely could have been. Like, I really enjoyed this. I finished this, I think, in 2 days, and I went bookstore shopping yesterday, so I definitely could have finished it faster if I had actually been at home to like read. I read half of it within like less than 24 hours. The words in it, well, you can't see, but the words are super spread out. Like, I don't know if you guys can even like see that, but all the words are super spread out. There's tons of dialogue. I love this book. It was really, really good. So 4-star read for me. Honestly, I don't ever do like 4.2 or 4.3 because sometimes I feel like it's just like, come on. Like, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. Like, to figure out like, is it a 4.2, 4.3? But this book actually made me think like, maybe I should start doing that, because I could see this being like a 4.3 or 4.2, because it wasn't necessarily 4.5. But it felt a little bit more than a 4. So anyway, really love this book. Read both of these, but I'm going to go and do some reading. I haven't decided if I'm going to read something from Sister Frida or if I'm going to read like the rest of the book on my Kindle from Restore Me by J.L. Seekers. I don't know yet. I kind of want to get more into Restore Me because I just want to like finish it and get into it because so many people have said it's good. And I do think that like with books that are over 400 pages, you have to get past the 100 page mark, which I'm at 159. So I feel like once I get to 200 pages, I'll have a good idea if I like really like it or not. And I'm not quite there yet. So anyway, let's go read at a little coffee shop and just like get cozy in the rain.
Last call, last order. Don't know why I waited for you to come over. I saw you last Monday. Thought you saw me too, across the track in the subway. Spring turns fast into fall, and I always wonder how I missed it all. I missed it all. Or something stronger. I can't stand to remember, even though I know it's just a phase.
The time is officially up and it is so late right now. It's almost 11 o'clock. It's 10:58 and I just got to the time, as you guys can see. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it to focus. Yeah, so I am done with the 24-hour reading challenge. I've finished a lot of books. I am not done with Restore Me. I am at page 274 and I've actually been reading this mostly on my Kindle because it is so much easier to hold. Also, I've been reading it like a lot at night and stuff. Like right now it's like pretty, it's like darker in here, so the light like helps, but this book isn't really floppy at all. It's at least not as much as I want it to be, so like holding this gets kind of hard because the spine is like really hard. So anyway, I've been using my Kindle for most of the reading, and yeah, I'm not done with this yet, but I'm hoping to be finished with it tomorrow. I think this book, I can't say like what my rating is gonna be, but I just realized I'm not wearing my ring. I must have put it down when I was cooking dinner. A lot of the time I'll take it off when I cook dinner if I'm like cooking meats or something, so I don't get it in it. And now I need to figure out where it's at before I go to bed. But anyway, it's probably in the kitchen. Anyway, so this book, I feel like if you like books with a lot of spice, you will like this book. That is the thing that's holding me up with this book. Like, it's very spicy. Like every other page there's spice, and that is just like a little more than what I normally like to read. Like, I like to read books with spice, but like not that much. Like if there's 2 spicy scenes, that's perfect for me, or like little bits of spice sprinkled throughout the book. But this is literally like every other page is like full on like lots of spice. So I knew it was going to be a spicy book, but I did not think it was going to be as much as it is. I feel like for me it's losing a bit of the story, but the storyline is like really good, so maybe it'll pick up. I don't know, but I feel like it probably, like, I mean, I'm at 274 and there's like 456 pages, so, or 55 pages, so I feel like I'm pretty good into it. But I will give you guys my review on Goodreads, so make sure you're following me there. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. The first book that I finished was The Other Black Girl. I already kind of told you guys my rating for this one. I rated this one 3 stars. I really want to watch the show. I feel like the show might be even better than the book, and that's by Zakiya Dahlia Harris. Then I read Where We Found Our Passion by Natasha Bishop. Rated this 4 stars. Loved this book so much, and I definitely want to read more books from her. I think she's like an autobiography author for me, like truly. Then I read Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Really loved this one too. Rated this one 3 stars. I think what was holding me up with this story, although it was super cute, I think what was holding me up the most was that the miscommunication went on throughout like most of the book. So but overall, like, the book was super cute, and I'll definitely recommend it. And then the last book I read was Untouchable by Sean, and I rated this one 4 stars too. But yeah, I really enjoyed this story, and I want to read more from her. I hope she's written other books, because I feel like this was super easy to read. So I feel like 4 like full-fledged thick books is really good to read for a reading vlog. And then I read I think I was at page 75 when I first started this challenge. So I've gotten like pretty much 200 pages read of this, and this is like a fairly tall book. Like, if you look at the difference between the two, like, this one is much taller. So anyway, hoping to finish that tomorrow. But I finished 4 books. I will make sure to update my Goodreads. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because new videos every single day for all of October. And then in November, we'll go back to like the regular schedule, which is 3 days a week. But I also did announce the giveaway winner. It is Kay Palmer. I already reached out to her and sent her the $25 gift card. There's a giveaway in the blind date with a book video. Yeah, I did a little giveaway there, but there'll be more giveaways in the future. So make sure that you are like watching all the videos to the end, because you just never know what is going to be like a giveaway. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow in my next one. Bye, guys.